Josh, if you have to turn any stuff off, go ahead and do it, but you're pressing buttons, so you look like you're good to go. Ooh, nice. I like that stutter step. Well, this is a good place to get some Chipp mix-up. First human was from the Bronx. Yeah, shouts to New York winning everything in Guilty Gear. Winning Evo Japan and Guilty Gear Summit. You don't know, but it's actually like low-key New York somehow. I forget how they got him in. Oh, fuck. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Yo, what up, Cam? Hell yeah. Oh, the tongue. Woo, nice wire seat. Oh, that was good. And then the hammer. Wow. Woo. I am convinced that Faust players can actually control the items, or at least some of them, and just have agreed not to tell anybody else that, because they would know we would fucking riot. Woo, that was good. Oh, that's... Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, nice. What up, Kokajin? Yeah, if you are a Faust player, Pachi personally delivers you a document containing the tickets. Yeah, I would believe that shit. You just get a mysterious envelope showing up in the mail one day. Yo, what up, X-Cow? I think I got it. What up, Shango? Good to see y'all. Shoutouts to food. Big fan of eating over here. Pachi actually just appears from a mysterious door. Nice throw. Woo! What up, Sorensen? Good to see you again. Oh, where's my Alpha Plus? Alpha Plus sounds like a... it sounds like a Street Fighter game, actually. I guess you have EX2 plus Alpha or whatever it was. Hell yeah. Thanks for coming through. What up, newbie? Welcome back. Woo! Templar, good to see you. Snowing hella hard out, that fucking sucks. It does sound exciting though. Not necessarily good exciting. Newbie, where are you at? Ooh. Counter. Yo, Vegas? Okay. Alright, snow in Vegas sounds kind of dope. I've been to Vegas when it's cold. Because I used to have to go to the city for CES. I used to have to cover like the new products and shit that were announced at CES. And it was cold, but it's never like snowing cold. Oh god. Woo! Oh, thanks for the donuts. Nice. Oh man, my burst didn't come out. Yo, Raid the Warrior, thanks for the follow, homie. Appreciate it. Yo, Graffiti, what's good? All right, Josh, let's get one more round in. We'll call this the last one here. Been a day? Oh man. Well, you're here now, man. That's what matters. Ooh. All right, let's go. Oh, we got it. Yes. Zanseroga. Alright. So Josh, if we can go ahead and get you to leave the lobby, that'd be rad. Deadeye, let's get you in here next. The lobby code is D7, letter O, number 0. Good shit, Josh. So where to start? I would say there are probably 2 things that are coming through super clear in that set that I'd recommend you work on. Overall, like, I guess first off, it feels like you were playing the game a little bit more than you were last time because you were doing more stuff. You were staying more active, and that was good. What up, Last Arcanum? Thanks for coming through. There's more shit on the screen that I had to deal with. You're pressing more buttons. You're defending more actively. You're going for shit. That's good, right? Like, even if you're not winning a whole lot, you're able to play more, and that's absolutely a starting point, right? You're just putting more shit out there. 2 things that I work on if I were you, Josh. One, like, it feels like you're playing kind of generic Faust neutral, and you don't really have an idea of which normals Faust has that are kind of more or less painful for Chipp to deal with. Right? You got counter hit JD'd a lot there. I think some of it was just because you were pressing buttons that aren't good against Chipp. Or at least that you're not using buttons that are good against Chipp in neutral. So I would highly recommend, like, you have a generic Faust game plan with generic Faust buttons, that's fine. But if you're running into a couple matchups like this one, like, you got to know what Faust buttons work better in neutral, right? Against different characters. And this is especially important because Faust doesn't have a whole lot of set play for me to worry about, right? Most of what makes him good is that he is effective in neutral and that he can win in neutral and then use that time to get an item out that should give him the advantage, right? And you weren't using the items that much. When you got pressure, or the opportunity to pressure, you would take it, but you weren't taking it in a way that was particularly scary. And I think part of that was because you wouldn't go for items much at all, right? Like, when you have an item out, that's when Faust can be sometimes at his most powerful. And so I would say that, like, if the first thing is just learn your kind of Chipp-specific neutral options, right, and really get an idea of which buttons you should be pressing against him more often, right? The second is, like, you have some okay pressure, but it's not scary. And Faust pressure generally isn't that scary, right? When you are doing pressure, you need to make sure that the timing is a little bit more variable, right? Like, stagger your strings more to make me a little bit more worried and to give me the impression that I can jump out. As it was very obvious that you're going to run in 1, 2, and then go high. 1, 2, go for a dust. 1, 2, go for the unblockable, right? Like, that stuff is, you're being so predictable with your cadence that it wasn't actually that much of a worry, right? So get a little bit more comfortable with your offensive options, get a little bit more character specific with your neutral options. And I guess the third thing to keep in mind is like, use meter to make your life easier on defense, right? Especially if you're losing in neutral a lot. Like, one of the things you should be doing is FDing. You don't need to FD everything, but it's pretty important to know when FD will make your life easier, right? Sometimes, like, all you have to do is FD something, FD one string, right? Maybe I come in and I'm pressing buttons, but you FD all of it, and it costs you like 25% meter, and that's a lot of meter. But if you FD like 3 buttons in a row, I'm like pushed way the fuck out, right? And you might as well be playing neutral again. So yeah, that's what's up. Like, if you FD and you get the record to whiff, you're fine, right? So use meter to make your life easier on defense. When it comes to Faust's offensive meter usage, I'm not terribly impressed by most of the stuff you got. Yeah, you got some cool RCs, and like sometimes you've got like a super solid RC combo that you want to tack the damage on. But for the most part, I think you should be using that meter for defense, especially when you're still figuring out the matchup in neutral. So work on that shit, and then we'll play again, and you'll have more shit.